Wow, ladies and gentlemen, Wellington here once again from M4music, and we have come with another video, and in this video is not like any other video, but this is a special video whereby we have a great and powerful musician in the house who is coming to join our family of M4music, and this is none other than Ranen Francis from Sri Lanka, who has experience in playing music, rock music for 20 years, 20 years. Yeah, M4music is really, really delighted to have this wonderful young man with us. How are you, Mr. Ranen?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How did you become a rock musician,
It goes all the way 30 years back, where my father, who taught me how to play the guitar. So when we were growing up as kids, my father was a musician. And they used to play for bands and all these genres where they used to come and practice at home. So we grew up listening to them.
So it's like music is in your family.
Yeah, kind of. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then as soon as I came out of school, I started playing in, friends getting together, jamming up, and then we formed a band. So that's how I got into rock music.
So what was your first musical instrument to start playing, and how did you get the passion to start playing it, and how you kept on with it?
Yeah, the first instrument I've ever tried was the keyboard. It was a small keyboard. I think I was about 8 years old then. And then, but along the way, my passion grew towards guitar. And I picked up the guitar. I managed to sort of, work it out sooner than the keyboard. So ever since, it was been the guitar.
So you have been playing guitar ever since?
Absolutely.
But how did you learn how to play guitar? Did you go to school, music lessons? How did you, because the way you are playing the guitar, I love it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So it all started, like I said, my dad was a guitarist. So he ultimately became my first teacher. And he taught me the basics. And then the funny thing he said was, now it's on your own. Like, you do your stuff.
You do your stuff.
It out. Yeah.
So how did you manage your stuff as a musician?
As we started playing, back in the day, so I'm talking about early 2000, the YouTube wasn't that popular. So we would still use those cassette tapes. You get it, right?
Yes, I remember the cassette tapes. My first music I recorded on cassette tape.
Oh, brilliant. There you go. So we would rewind them. We would, download these, not videos, actually, audios, and then rewind them and try to get part by part. That's how we all started,
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, we are with Ranen Francis in the studio today. He's just telling us how he started playing music, and he's really interesting. Mr. Ranen, let me ask you one question. Do you also know how to read notes of music, or you just learn how to play? Have you gone to school to learn music?
Oh, that's an interesting topic.
Yeah, how interesting is it?
It's very interesting. So as I said, I was playing with bands, and I always wanted to know. I was curious about learning music theory, and I would go around and ask the senior musician, "Can you teach me how to, read music?" And none of them actually helped me out. And when I came to Dubai, this was about 4 to 5 years back. Lucky for me, the company that I was working at the time and the company that I'm still working at. And I had the opportunity to learn on my own.
Learning on your own?
Absolutely.
Without sitting in any class?
Nope.
You're learning theory?
Yes.
Can you tell us how it worked? I know somebody outside there may be interested to know how they can learn music, how to read theory, while not even attending class.
Yes. So how it happened, so I was a sales person in a place called Virgin Megastore. And I would always question whoever comes. Like, there are plenty of musicians who visit the store. I would go and ask them if they would know any music theory. Or I would go on Google search. And there's a friend of mine who kind of helped me with some of these theory bits. And that's how I grew up. I used to download a lot of PDFs. That's all I do when I travel to work. I'm just reading. I'm reading. And final result was, okay, now I can read.
So anytime you play guitar, what is the favorite lick that you like, you can play for us now?
Oh, okay. It's the pentatonic blues scale. I fumbled a little there, but yeah, this is one of the ones which I try to sort of. Okay, for me, it's not about the accuracy. It's about tonality. It's about the feel of it. So I'm trying my level best to sort of get to that point.
So I'm still actually interested with your music theory. So when you went for your exams, did you do exams?
Yes,
Did you pass your exams? No, please bear with me. I have to ask you some sensitive questions.
Yeah.
Did you pass your exams?
Not all the exams.
No, why?
It's a funny story.
Tell me the funny story. That's what you're looking for.
It's a tough one. Yeah. So it wasn't anything about me being a big shot trying to achieve something in a very short period of time. But with the age and with the time that I've wasted, I thought, I've been in love, I've always been in love with music. So I wanted to do music theory and performance. Instead of crossing grade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I jumped straight to grade 8.
How come?
I don't know why I did that. But so when I sat for the exam, I was super nervous. In fact, I even took about 5 days off from work, and I still remember I didn't sleep. I woke up at 6 o'clock. The exam's supposed to be at 9 o'clock, and I'm still with the guitar.
And especially when you remember you've not stepped in a classroom.
No,
very interesting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And examiners are coming from a different country, and you get to see them for the first time. God knows what they're going to present you. Yeah. So what happened was. I didn't sleep that day. I went to the exam, taking 4 or 5 days off, sat for the exam, did all that, and the next, when you get the final result,
wow.
I was.
That's. Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking with Ranen Francis from Sri Lanka, a rock guitarist who is now joining the M4music family. I'm telling you, we are so much excited to have such a refined rock guitarist to come and join our family. How do you feel to join our family of M4music?
Oh, it's a beautiful place to be.
Do you like to be here?
Yes, you feel it, man. It's yours.
You feel it, right?
Yeah, I feel it. It's
Wow.
in my bones.
Now, let me ask you. You see, you spoke about you did not sleep when you were going to do your exam. I am sure you said you did not pass all your exams, but it's a process, right?
Yeah.
It's a process.
Yeah.
But is there anything that you have learned along the line? Or some weaknesses that you feel that you need to improve on, either on your guitar or either on your music theory? Is there something that you feel that you have not accomplished that you need to work on?
Yes, there's quite a lot, not just one thing, but the key ingredient, I would say, is consistency. Mm-hmm. You need to keep playing, you need to keep reading, you got to synchronize. Otherwise, it's just going to go away.
What can you tell somebody? You see, right now, I know there are many aspiring musicians who are watching you. They're watching you right now, and they wake up one morning and they want to play guitar and they don't practice and they want to be rock stars. What can you give to them?
Oh, the being a guitarist is very sensitive. There's a saying that it's this guitar is an extended version of a hand or arm. So you need to have your own personal guitar. If you do get a chance to get a coach, that'll be a blessing. And it's nothing like you're buying an iPhone or anything else. It's just for lifetime. When you learn the skill, it'll be there with you forever. And if you keep improving, and if you broaden your interest towards the instrument, or in general in music, you get to explore other instruments as well.
So as we conclude this program, Mr. Ranen, I have another question that I want to ask you. You being a refined musician, you've learned how to do theory, you play guitar very well. Have you made somebody else to be a role model to you? Or have you ever taught anyone how to play a musical instrument? And describe your experience, what you have gone through.
Yeah, so being a I always say it's not about teaching someone; it's about sharing knowledge. The biggest thing that I have done, I've taught kids from the age of 5, and I've taught adults. It's a very different world altogether. You don't see the same person, and the most important thing is the relationship that you build.
Wow.
Kids would come up to you and say about stuff they go through in their school, their home. You become their best friend.
Okay.
And being a mentor is one of the biggest things that you could ever think of.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ranen. Can allow me to ask you one question, Mr. Ranen?
Please.
So, for example, have you ever dealt with kids?
Yes.
How about your experience with kids?
Oh, kids, they're like I said before, they're naughty. they would never.
Eh?
It's funny because they are straightforward. If they say,
yeah, they are interesting.
Yeah.
They may look naughty, but what is your conclusion about them?
They're very tough to handle.
Very tough to handle, right?
They are like the things that we can't be. A kid, if you tell a kid to do something, the kid would always ask you why. And being adults, sometimes we never do that. We will do what they ask us to do, but a kid wouldn't do that. They'll ask you, why should I do that? Why do I need to play it here? Why can't I play it here?
Wow. So, Ranen, I want you to speak to our online viewers who are watching us and who will want to come and purchase from us. What confidence can you give to our online people? What can you give them an assurance that they should come and buy from us?
Yes, absolutely. If you come to Thomsunplay, or even if you look at M4music, we have wide range of products, and we have specialized people who can guide you through. You don't have to be scared, and it's always the case where when you try to start something, you wonder. You're very worried about whether I'll end up playing it, or am I gonna lose it all. But we are here to help you. Just come join the family and jam with us. Share your knowledge. We can help you guys out. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this was Ranen Francis from Sri Lanka, rock guitarist, and that will be the end of our program today. Looking forward to see you again in our next video. This is Wellington. Ciao.